Hey, life groups. Man, I'm so glad that you have chosen to be a part of a small group community here at Liverpool One Church. We're in a series right now called Invisible Idols, and in week 2, we spoke about the idol of fear. The reality is every single one of us worries about stuff. We get anxious and apprehensive, and we do have a tendency sometimes to live our life fearful. And the problem with fear is it limits your life. Jesus says in John 10:10 that I have come that you might have life and life in all of its fullness. Another translation says life in abundance. And yet, if you live a life that is governed by fear, it becomes the filter through which you make every choice and decision, and therefore it limits your life, which is a bit of a problem if you follow Jesus, because Jesus spoke into this issue directly in Matthew chapter 6, verses 25 through to 27. He says, don't worry, which I wish he didn't write, but actually, a life that is chosen to be lived out in a way that chooses not to worry is a hallmark. It's a defining moment of what it actually means to be a follower of Jesus. And he even gives this example to his disciples where he tells them to look up at the birds of the air, and he gives this idea about how, can you see how God cares for the birds of the air? And then he asks them this question. He says, look, how much more valuable are you in contrast to the birds of the air? Like, if you think God takes care of those birds, if you're more valuable, do you not think that he would also have your back too? And the reality of it is that's where we oftentimes struggle. We just don't believe that we are more valuable than the birds of the air. And Jesus was telling us this story so that we can see a new way of picturing life. That every time that you get worried, that every time that you get fearful or anxious, you can step outside onto the street, into your garden, go for a walk. And every time you look up and can see the birds of the air, that you can be reminded that if God cares for them, how much more will he care for you? He knows what you need, and he'll get you just what you need at just the right time. It's who he is. He's a loving and caring Father. So maybe you guys can read through that passage tonight as you start your life group, and maybe you kick off with this question first. What have you ever experienced in your life that you've struggled to trust God in and instead choose to worry about the most? Hey, have a great time tonight. Can't wait to see you next Sunday for Father's Day. Have a great week, people. Love ya.